Hello, hello, hello. This is KallaTheYapper, and I'm back with another reaction. Oh, hopefully my mic is good. Hold up. Okay, I think that's good, right? My bad. I didn't know if my mic was decent. Hold up. It should be good, right? Okay, it is good. Anyway, I'm back with another reaction, and I'm about to react to the most retarded video made by St. Thomas. Granted, you can deem all of them retarded, but this one by far is retarded. Because guess what? Everyone and their mama knew he was gonna do this. We all knew. We all knew this man was gonna doom post about something related to 6.3 because he ain't got nothing better to do than to doom post about Hoyo games. He done did it with Zenless. He done did it with Star Rail, and now he's doing it with Genshin. I swear. Withering Waves must not have any good content. Doesn't Withering Waves has a collab right now with like what Persona? Is he doing that content? Is he playing the game? Because at this point, I don't believe St. Thomas even plays Withering Waves on it anymore. I think he just talks about it now. He doesn't actually play it. He may prove me wrong, but from all I can see from his content, it's been nothing but this. This right here dominates his content. Anywho, let's get into the reaction to see how retarded he about to say. Because I know he's talking about Columbina. Already, we already know where this is going. You already know the argument I'm going to make before we get to that point. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? The volume is up. It's good. Let's start.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again with another video regarding the amazing updates that Hoyoverse is adding to their games. And this time, the topical area is not going to be Honkai Star Rail, where Planet Arcadia looks like the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, one side of the entire planet, and we're going to use that to judge the entire, every landscape that's in that one, on that one planet. Yeah, sure, it's trash. Okay. Or better yet, the character designs, to then doom boast about that, to be like, oh, these character designs are bad, based on what? How you feel about it, aka a subjective opinion? Get the fuck out of here.
It's not going to be about Zenless Zone Zero, where Yi Shengguang's story is the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, you mean the same story you never played, but yet you feel confident talking about it. But I swear to God, if Withering Waves was the topic of conversation, someone made this argument, which someone did, by the way, Captain Cadmus had an issue with their video. It was the whole Zenless versus Withering Waves and why Zenless Zone Zero does it better. Captain Cadmus had an issue with it. And I can tell if you reacted to that video as well, you'd have an issue with it too. Let's go ahead and stop playing these games.
It's going to be about Genshin Impact, where, ladies and gentlemen, in version Luna 4, Columbina and her kit, they're the biggest piece of shit I've ever fucking seen. I was debating
a kit that plays around with the lunar mechanic, which, you know what? Let's get into it. I'm never gonna stop.
Whether or not to actually just react to this entire live stream. But I had the incredible displeasure of clicking through it and actually getting a preview of whatever the hell they have planned for this, like, Moon Maiden.
Yeah, you know, the Moon Maiden that was better than, you know, a character who got gassed up by the story, only for her story to be lackluster. A character we only met in one patch, and her entire story only existed in one patch. And then they want us to believe that Yuno and the Rover have some special relationship with each other. That the Rover is willing to go to the ends of the earth for her. Yeah, okay, bro.
And I'm going to be real with you. If you inspect this kit in the way that I have, you'll probably be sharing the same opinion as me.
I won't. I already have my opinion. And I knew you were going to doom post about it and claim something incorrect about the kit.
Because good golly gee, what the fuck are these devs doing? So without further ado,
they're making a character that plays around with a mechanic that they introduce into the game.
Let's go ahead. Let's get right on.
Which is no different than what Withering Waves is doing with the whole Tomb Break mechanic. Something, interestingly enough, you're not going to make a doom posting video about, but you're going to gas up the high heaven, right?
On into this, we've got two of my least favorite individuals ever on the screen. I don't know what it is. They haven't even spoken yet, but I hate both of them. Let's see what they have to share.
好想知道恢复力
I might speed rush this video, I'm not gonna lie.
量之后的哥伦比亚 会有怎样的战斗方式啊？
那么接下来呢，就让我们更加深入的了解一下恢复力量。
Hey, I will say though, the guy on the left has lost a fuck ton of weight. Hey, I saw him 6 months ago. He was like 3 times larger. So,
No, he wasn't. He was the same size as he was now. Unless someone can provide a picture and show what he looked like 6 months ago to now. Honestly, the last time we saw him was legitimately not that long ago. We saw this man back in 6.0's special program. So it wasn't even that long ago. So it's not even 6 months. Less, probably like 3.
I'm glad he...
But, you know, since this cornball doesn't actually watch these special programs, actually he does, but like he clearly doesn't pay attention when he's watching them. He clearly forgot.
I'm glad he found the Ozempic prescription. Anyways.
之后的他吧。
Oh, so I should let this be known. It's January 4th, and it is 10:17 in the morning that I'm doing this reaction.
And I want you guys to pay close attention over here. This is going to be the animation preview for this 5-star unit. She's basically, right, like the Archon of Nod Cry. Nod Cry is like big about focusing on the moon, right? She's the moon maiden. She is essentially the Archon of this region, if you can call it that, right?
I already know where this is going. He's about to make a dishonest argument to say her animations are lackluster because they're not exploding off the screen. Oh, a moon isn't falling out the sky. For any nigga who's got 2 brain cells worth of damn, you already know how retarded that would look for Columbina to have. Especially considering the fact how elegant and graceful and aloof she is as a character. What sense would it make to have her have animations of destroying the sky or making the moon fall to the earth? Because I already can feel like that's what his argument is about to be.
Right, that's fair to say. Right, you got nice little
idle animation,
relaxing animation over here. I can understand this, right? Now let's see what her kit is starting to look like. Boom! Check that out right there. She attacked, went like that. You might have missed it though.
And what's the problem with that? You know how retarded this is? Before we even before we let this play, you know how retarded this is? Frelova exists in Wuwa. You have characters who use the whole reps, whatever we call that weapon that's meant for like mage-like characters, right? We had a whole bunch of characters that have that, for crying out loud. Frelova freaking exists for that, to use that weapon type. And does her combat not reflect that? When she's legitimately commanding a puppet to go attack for her? When she's just flinging her little wand in the air? Are we fucking for real right now?
Play it back one more time. You ready? Pay attention, okay? You might miss it. Boom! Right there. Look at where the hand is. She just kind of like goes like this, does that. Hit him with it again. The 3rd time, except this time from the front. She hitting it from the front this time. The same move, by the way. The same move.
It's not the same move. You only think it's the same move because the character is moving too fast for you to see. Surprisingly, you know, because we're in what Genshin Impact is not a fast-paced game, but clearly you can't tell the difference of body movement and assume that she's doing the exact same body movement.
And there you go again, brother. Are you ready for this?
Her arm is all the way on her side. It's not even in front of her. It's on her side. This arm is in front. This is on her side. What are you talking about?
It's her kit.
That's not what a kit is. For a guy who claims that he knows so much about meta when it comes down to Wuwa and to all the Hoyo games that he does not play, I am shocked to hear this man say that her animation is her kit. We all heard that, right? Hold on, let's rewind.
Same move, by the way. The same move. And there you go again, brother. Are you ready for this? That's her kit.
You can't make this up. You can't make this up. This is how you know this man has further lost himself in the sauce, and now he's using incorrect words to label something that doesn't even match it. Animation does not equal kit. Sorry to tell you. Kit is about the mechanics of what a character can do. Animation is the movement of the character. You know, that's what this is. I promise God, if this was Wuthering Waves, he wouldn't be saying this nonsense.
Those are all of the... that is what's in her kit demo. Guys.
That's her animation, not her kit demo, guy.
They're done showcasing her attacks. That's why the next couple of seconds is just her walking.
Yeah, because showing her walk animation. Which her walk animation has nothing to do with her kit. Because she walks uniquely in comparison to other characters, which we've seen in Not Cry Story if you've played it. Because we know whether Saint Tontas has not played it. This clown cornball has never played it. Ever. We already know this. We don't need to speculate. We don't even need to make a false claim that he didn't play it. We know this nigga didn't play it. Because if he knows, he would know that this is how Colombino walks in-game.
They're done show... That was it!
Who said that was her entire combat showcase? They're not just showing her combat, they're showing everything. This is not the combat showcase, by the way. The combat showcase doesn't happen until after this. So, one, he's wrong on that.
This is the uncut section. It just looks like she's doing the same thing for 10 seconds. What are you paying for in
10 seconds? So we're going to base her entire gameplay off of what she's supposedly doing based off, what, 10-second clip? To be like, oh, this is her entire character kit? Oh, this is all she does in her animations? Are we freaking for real right now? You can't get... Actually, I was about to say you can't get more dishonest than this. Yes, you can. You know that whole thing about how the devil is a liar? Yeah, this is it.
in this game? I've seen her entire kit, and it all looks like the same thing.
You have not seen her entire kit. How can you make the claim you've seen her entire kit, but they haven't even talked about her kit yet? You know, the mechanics of what she does and what she provides to the team composition. It's like, wow, this is a bad video. Like, good lord. I've seen some pretty bad Saint Tontas videos. Believe me, go check my channel. Check my yapping reaction content. You gonna find it. But this has got to be one of the worst. I'm gonna label this as Saint Tontas, the worst kit review I've ever seen. That's gonna have to be the video. Because I'm not gonna lie, if we want to inspect character kits, whatever Saint Tontas got inside his soul is probably the worst character kit I've seen in a while. Whatever happened to it, it done broke up. It's not working properly. It went off the original designated path of how it's supposed to work, and now it's become this. And now his animations are him tweaking over nothing. Take a look. Let's look at it, right?
She's doing the same thing for 10 seconds. What are you paying for in this game? I've seen her entire kit, and it all looks like the same thing.
Bro, you know what's shocking to me right now? He claims he's seen everything. He's seen her whole kit when they haven't revealed it yet. And it's crazy. My guy is wearing glasses so he can be able to see properly, right? That's the whole point of having glasses, right? Prescription glasses, whatever. You telling me these big old oval circular binoculars he got on his face can't help him see properly to see what's on screen about something that hasn't even been revealed yet? And he wonders why people sit here and farm him for content. And he sits here and wonder why. He sits here and wonder why people view him as a dishonest CC, which he blatantly is. If this video isn't a clear example of that, I don't know what it is. But like, bro.
This is where all the budget was.
The budget for who and for what? This is where all the budget was? Could you elaborate? Did you think the budget didn't go into the region design to the other 5-star characters that were released before Colombina? Or to the optimization of the game, which have been some pretty good optimizations we've been getting? Where was the lack in budget in Not Cry up until this point with Colombina's character release? You mind elaborating? Oh, wait, that's right. He can't. Because he's making statements he has no proof for. and people call him a honest CC, and he puts himself on a pedestal of being like, I'm the only honest CC in this space.
And that's her ultimate, bro.
And that's a problem. Why? You know what Yuno's ultimate is? Just her flipping an orb on her feet and then using her feet to shoot the arrow shot. As if I haven't seen that be done by other characters in fiction. Like, Yuno ain't special, bro. Sorry. If you're going to make the comparison between Yuno, especially considering the fact that Yuno is more like a sub DPS. Homegirl here is not even a sub DPS. She's a support unit. I guess you could try to play her as a sub DPS, depending. But because what her kit provides, especially if you get extra constellations, she starts doing more damage, right? So she can be played as a sub DPS. But her main role is a support unit.
Are we serious?
You can tell his entire community is nothing but a bunch of losers who really think, oh, look at me clapping like a damn dog in the chat, being like, oh, look how cool I am by being in the same Tonta chat, while I sit here and listen to a man spread misinformation and lies about other games, while he only likes it when someone, or he only dislikes it when someone spreads misinformation by Withering Waves, which we've seen multiple times. This is your king. Ooh, you know what? That's going to be on the thumbnail. I know the title of what my video is going to be, and I know what's going to be in my thumbnail. Is this your king?
Do you want to know what my initial take was after seeing this entire 5-star Archon equivalent units?
You know what's so crazy right now? Before he even starts flapping his gums, the complaint he's making is the same complaint someone can make about Nahida. It's the same complaint someone can make about Venti. It's the same complaint someone can make about Zhongli. It's the same complaint someone can make about Farina. Like, it's the same complaint someone can make about Mavuika. This complaint that he's in here yip-yapping about can apply to every Archon character in the game right now. Oh, is that all that they do in their animation? Oh, Zhongli, he just puts up a pillar. Oh, Zhongli, he just brings up a shield. Oh, Zhongli just throws down a meteor. Oh, Venti, all he does is make a wind gust. All Venti does is like make a wind vacuum. All Nahida does is create an AoE field that supports certain element types. All Nahida does is connect enemies using a dendro chain. All Nahida does is step on a keyboard in her basic attack animations. All Farina does is snap her hands and summon her little friends. All Farina's ultimate does is just her spinning around and throwing something up on the air with little lights showing that she's on a stage that she made out of hydro. Literally everything he's sitting here yapping about can be applied to them verbatim.
Animations and kit. This literally is like 1/5 of a Wuthering Waves character. This is literally just...
Yeah, duh. Every character in Genshin is like 1/5 of a Wuthering Waves character. You want to know why that is? Because Wuthering Waves is a what? Fast-paced combat game. Genshin Impact is not a fast-paced combat game, which is why Genshin Impact relies more so on elemental reactions and certain playstyles, from normal charge attack playstyle to plunging attack. You know, these things that they've been doing all these years, that's been pretty consistent with how they designed their game and how it's meant to be played. Oh my god, shocker.
Is like 1/5 of a Wuthering Waves character. This is literally just animation, budget, like fidelity, actual like motion rigging. It's like 1/5, if not 1/6 of a Wuwa unit. It feels like this product is incomplete. I genuinely don't.
Incomplete product, but again, as I said earlier, Wuthering Wave, fast pace. Genshin, slow pace. No shit, Sherlock. For a guy who really claims himself to be so intelligent, he's really not showing his intelligence right now.
Understand, like, how it doesn't even...
This is how you know someone who thrives his entire content off of gacha tribalism. You can tell homeboy been on one side of the aisle for too long that he doesn't even understand the other side of the aisle, even though he claims to. He can sit here and say, oh, I have a Genshin account. But the nigga don't know how to play his characters at all.
It feels like she's half developed. And you want to know what the best part is? You would be thinking, oh, clearly these developers, right? They've simply just hidden her.
I'm gonna say this right now. For anybody who only watches Saint Tos's Saint Tos's content, I urge you to use your own intelligence. Cause I know a lot of this chat's full of children. I can tell. He's amassed a bunch of children. And if you aren't a child, I'm gonna call you a child if you're an adult because purely on the basis of you're not using your brain and you're acting like like a damn child. If you really want to believe everything this man is saying verbatim. So, if you don't want to be perceived as a child in my eyes, or just in anybody else's eyes in this guy's space, do yourself a favor and actually go watch the 6.3 update live stream, a special program, all the way through. Or just watch this section right here when they're talking about her kit for yourself to determine whether or not St. Tontos is actually telling the truth. Because right now, he's not telling the truth and he's spreading misinformation. Or rather, disinformation, because, spreading misinformation can be done by accident. Spreading disinformation means you're doing it on purpose.
Tertiary animations in the rest of her kit. This is them breaking down the rest of her kit. Are you ready? Bro, this unit is so fucking boring. The first thing they focus on with the narration is her way of walking.
Yeah. Which is good because she walks differently compared to other units in the game. Why wouldn't a dev talk about the new character that they designed in depth? Why would they only talk about one thing about them, which is their combat ability? When they can talk about more than just her combat ability, talk about the way she walks, talk about her walk animation, talk about how she moves, then talk about her kit. It's a slow build towards that. Simple. Start with the small stuff, go to the big stuff.
This unit is visually so fucking boring and mediocre that
Compared to what? What's your comparison? On what basis is she boring and mediocre? Because I know you made the same argument about Zenless. I know you made the same argument about Star Rail with his most recent drip marketing, which I already know was such bullshit by you and by Captain Cabinets. And because y'all niggas ain't got nothing better to do to talk about. Even though y'all prop yourself as, oh, Wu are the greatest thing ever, but yet clearly it can't be if you have nothing to talk about related to that game right now. Anywho, on what basis is she boring? I would love to know. You mind elaborating?
The biggest focus right off the rip is her walking style.
很特别，轻飘飘的感觉。在七月之夜的时候啊
Yeah, because it showed the characteristics of the character. Duh. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Withering Waves did something similar. When they talked about, oh, this character and how the way they interact with the open world, this, that, and the third, before we started talking about their combat. Someone in my comment section, let me know right now if Wuwa has done this. And if Wuwa has done this, this nigga Saint Tontos is even more of a cornball. Shoot, as I'm sitting here thinking about it, both Zenless and Star Rail do this. Star Rail, bro, when you're exploring the open world for Star Rail, or semi-open world, right? They legitimately show us what the skills and abilities are of the characters are before you even initiate in combat, or you can completely wipe out combat without needing to initiate it. AKA Finon, AKA Acheron, two characters who can legitimately one-tap defeat the enemy in front of you so that you don't have to even engage in full-blown combat with the enemy by erasing them from existence. Are we shocked by this? Are we for real?
可能旅行者
Zilla Zone Zero, they do it with the whole, semi-open world exploration areas where, for Yishuan, for Yishuangguang, who's another character in Zenless who has some unique ability when they're in, the semi-open world hollow exploration? I feel like those two characters are the only one that have any ability such as that, where they're moving swiftly without actually sprinting.
旅行者们就已经简单体验过了，但我看这个时机里面
You do realize this entire segment has been longer than than the entire previous segment, right? They spent more time right now talking about how she walks.
How can you make this claim that they've been on this segment longer than the previous segment when you haven't even shown the length of the previous segment? You didn't even show it. Not even in your own video talking about this. But you're making this claim. And let's say the claim is true. Would it not make sense to spend more time talking about a new character that they've designed for the gameplay? Why shouldn't they have a longer segment dedicated to the new character? Like what?
Than anything else.
它的特点好像真的更加鲜明了。
没错，其实啊，
This is why I hate these guys.
从 IP 同学第一次
Your hate is off base. Your hate is forced as fuck. I'm gonna be honest. This is by far the most forced reaction I've ever seen to be butthurt, to be, oh, look how bad this is. This is by far the most forced thing I've seen St. Tontas do. I'm not gonna lie. This is purposely forced to be purposely obtuse just to push gacha tribalism. Just to say Genshin bad. This is what this is. This is by far the most forced reaction. You know what? That's gonna be the title of my video instead. At St. Tontas. The most forced reaction I've ever seen.
次把哥伦比亚的身份描述给美术同学听的时候，大家就已经在想象这样的画面了。
啊，但是比起所
And this person's content, this cornball's content is deemed as quality content by some people's standards. If this is what we're deeming as quality content, we need to go find some better content because this ain't it, one.
见其所得的表现，关于月曜反应的机制，对于我来说就有些复杂了。要不要鸡哥你给大家展开来讲？
These guys know how disgustingly boring her kit is. Guys, they're introducing a new 5-star unit, and her animations and kit are so boring and uncreative. The developers are on screen, just talking.
Yeah, because they're talking about her animations and they're talking about her as a character. And they're going more in detail about it before they start talking about her kids. Which, again, they have not started talking about yet.
The developers are just yapping, and that was deemed to be more watchable footage than the new unit's kit and game.
You do know for a special program, they're supposed to talk about the kit of a new character here. And on top of that, the devs also have to show their face, especially for certain special programs such as this, where the devs are the ones coming in to show their actual faces versus having, you know, the English voice actors for the game be the ones holding the special program or being the hosts of the special program, which we've seen in both games, honestly. Have we not? Unless the English dub voice actors for Withering Waves don't speak for their special program. If that's the case, that would be surprising if they don't do that for Wuwa, and Hoyoverse does that for their games.
Gameplay.
讲一讲。
行吧，感觉回到了策划给大家开设计同步会的时候啊。那简单来说呢，就是当哥伦比亚
I'm sorry,
处
can
于
we
队
see
伍
that
当中
animation
时，
one more time?
那简单来说，简述给美术同学听的时候，
来讲一讲。
Bro,
我们之前
this looks like a
熟知
fucking...
的
So we're skipping around through the demonstration of her kit as they're sitting here talking about it. Even though you claimed earlier that they showed off her kit earlier, despite the fact they didn't, and they're spending time right now, legitimately in the next couple seconds after their little conversation regarding Columbina and a little bit of something else, they start talking about her kit. You're over here skipping around through it. This is why I hate reactions like this. He's the premium example of a reaction channel, and they do their reactions in the worst way possible. This whole skipping around through a video that you haven't even fully watched and then giving your opinion about it before you even started watching the video. Like, huh?
Fucking Kokomi E, but it only gets one splash. Bro, she looks...
Kokomi and her don't even move the same way. Why are we lying? You know Kokomi moves around like a fish when she's over here doing her animations, right? When did Columbina start moving around like a fish in her animations? Someone let me know, because that's not what she does.
Looks like reverse power creep on Kokomi's E.
You know Kokomi is meant to be a support unit, right? She's not a DPS. And guess what? Also, she's a support unit too. What power creep has happened? Because Kokomi, in comparison to Columbina, Kokomi heals the team. She does not heal the team.
It's like Kokomi's E, jellyfish, but it only takes one time.
水雷感电，水
来讲一讲。
行吧，感觉回到了策划
No, why we skipping?
我们之前熟知的水雷感电。
I'm sorry, I need.
简单给
This nigga is so hyper focused on her animations, it's retarded.
大家开设计。那
That's all. It just takes
简
one.
单
Okay, and
What the?
yeah, this is by far the most forced reaction he's ever done. Yep, this is a forced reaction. You can tell. You're having a crash out because she pressed her skill button and she did one motion movement, as if we haven't seen that with other characters in the game. Are we freaking for real now? Huh? Mavwika, she stomps her foot on the ground, not in a grandiose heavy motion. It's just a little stomp, boom, hand on the hip as she brushes her hair and it ignites in fire. That's one motion movement. So that she can be then played as a sub DPS. To be swapped out for the other character who is the DPS. Like, what the crap is this, bro?
The fuck is that?
那简单来，
You're telling me 2026, that's what the kit animation looks like. It looks
The kit animation? Last time I checked, kits don't have animations. That's what we call animation. Last time I checked, kits talked about what the character can do. When did words on a screen that tells about what the character can do started becoming animations? Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Someone let me know in my comment section.
worse than release Hydro characters. Characters released in the first 2 years of this game have better animations than this.
No, they don't. Why are we lying? What character from version 1 and 2 has better animations? Because Kokomi, her animations are not the same as, you know, Columbina, but they're most definitely not better. What other Hydro character was there during that time?
And better VFX than this. This is a literal
No.
downgrade. What the
By whose standard? Yours? You mean your subjective opinion?
fuck is this?
And downgrade by what standard? By Genshin's standard? Because by your logic and a whole bunch of other people's logic who are anti-Hoyo, and it shows in your content 24/7, y'all believe Genshin Impact doesn't have a standard at all, and Genshin Impact standard is in the gutter. So we're already at the bottom floor. By your logic, we're already at the bottom floor when it comes down to Genshin Impact and their standard for quality for their game. So this drop in standard, this drop in quality based on the standard that's already in the floor, by your logic, can't go any further down. It can only go up. So by all logic, this character animation should be deemed as above the bar that's, you know, in the ground.
来说呢，就是当哥伦比亚处
Bro,
于
it's like
队伍
they're
当
trying
中
to
时，
get her off
在
the
提瓦
screen
特
as
我们之
fast.
前熟知的
Yeah, because she's a support. This is so dishonest. It's crazy. This is the most forced, dishonest reaction this man has ever made. No wonder this video is only 15 minutes long. Usually he'll make a longer video than this.
水雷感电、水草绽放和水盐结晶
Bro,
反应，将会在月举力的影响下，
Anyways, main point is she's got the most dog shit.
Main point is you're by far the most fakest nigga in the gacha space, and it shows. If this don't show you that this nigga is fake as fuck, I don't know what doesn't. If this is your king, if this is someone you are subscribed to for a long period of time, unsubscribe from this man now. Because if this is how he engages in content that's not Withering Waves, just to say, oh, it's bad just because I say so, you need to start reevaluating the content you watch. I'm sorry, you need to.
Shit animations ever, but don't worry, she's fucking broken. Because as you saw over here, she just turned everything into lunar.
转变为月曜系列反应。
Yeah, she just
也就
does
是
lunar
月斩
reactions
剑、月绽
everywhere.
放和另一种。
And how is that bad when we just saw the characters on screen predominantly be 4-star units? You know, something Withering Waves can't really do with their 4-star units because every last one of their 4-star units gets left behind. Oh, hold up.
水草绽放
Hopefully
和
it shows
水
on here
盐
again.
结晶反应
Bro,
将会在月举力的影响下，
Anyways, main point is because as you
Hold up, let's go back.
结晶反应。
as
我们之
fat
前说
Look at this. Columbina, 5-star character. 2 4-star characters. All Columbina is doing is converting Dendro and Electro Bloom / Hyper Bloom. Well, just Bloom. She's converting Bloom and Electrocharge into the lunar versions of these reactions. Meaning, guess what? Columbina is a support character that converts the base reactions into lunar reactions. Meaning, you can legitimately pick Columbina on an entire 4-star team, with her being the only 5-star, so that she can convert one said reactions into the other reaction. And since people keep making this argument that lunar reactions are needed to clear in-game content, this character is a what? By that sense of logic, right? This character is deemed what? A must-pull unit. No. Especially since this is what she can do. This sounds like a must-pull unit to me. Because guess what? If you want access to all 3 lunar reactions without needing to pull for any of the other characters that came from Nocry, those being Flynn's, Anefa, Nefer, Llama, and Zibai, right? If you don't want to pull for any one of those characters so that you can have access to each one of their lunar reactions, pull for Columbina, who can give you all 3 lunar reactions with an majority 4-star team of just Geo, Electro, and Dendro. Oh my freaking gosh, bro.
熟知的水雷感电、水草绽放和水盐结晶反应 将会在月举力的影响下。
anyways, main point is she's got the most dog shit animations ever, but don't worry, she's fucking broken. Because as you saw over here, she just turned everything into lunar.
转变为月曜系列反应。
Yeah, she just
也就
does
是
lunar
月斩
reactions
剑、月绽
everywhere.
放和另一种全新的反应，我们会在后面的节目当中再提到。
So, let's keep waiting and seeing, right?
比亚处于队伍中时，也就是说，
She converts everything into lunar charge reactions. So,
She converts 3 elemental reactions into the 3 lunar charge reactions. Not every element that exists in the game is a lunar charge reaction. So he's spreading misinformation right there, or disinformation.
So basically, she is the elemental reaction rework, except she just costs $400 and
Yeah, similar to how, you know, the negative side effects in Withering Waves was something that they said they were going to implement into the game, but only decided to give it to 5-star characters, and only recently 1 4-star character, while the rest of the 5-star characters exist already. And the likelihood of us getting another 4-star character that's meant to work with like these arrow erosion or negative status effect teams is very slim, knowing damn well we already entered into a new phase of mechanics for Withering Waves, those being the Tomb Break mechanic, which seemingly only 5-star characters can take advantage of. Isn't that crazy? But we're not gonna talk about that though, right? Because, you know, we got to keep the narrative up that Wuwa is so free-to-play friendly. Oh, they're so considerate of the players and don't make mechanics based into limited characters, and that this mechanics is free for everyone to use no matter what character they're using.
her animations look like shit. So instead of reworking the elements into what they're supposed to be, don't worry, guys.
They don't need to rework the base elements into what they're supposed to be. The base elements do fine. Legitimately, Vaporize is still a strong reaction. The freaking Dendro reactions are still strong reactions. I want to know when exactly did these reactions fall the F off, because they still are strong to use.
You can buy it instead. You can buy the rework. This is the actual Genshin DLC over here.
Yeah, like Withering Waves didn't do the same thing with, again, negative side effects, but again, and Tomb Break mechanics, but we're not going to talk about that, right? Even with this little thing what they decided to do for Wuwa, to be like, oh, the characters also have access to the Tomb Break only by just doing one simple little counter attack, as if that's enough to be like, oh, it's going to bring up old units back into the current meta when it's really not, and the only ones dominating the current meta will be Tomb Break mechanic characters. We already know this. The fact that they had to give Linnea her own space in the tier list for Pride Win is crazy enough as it is. That one character got her own tier list? What?
This is the first official Genshin DLC.
他一个人就能带来全部的月曜
At this point, everything Genshin does in your eyes is a damn DLC. Let's be for real.
反应转化吗？
没错，就是这个样子。
You can see over here, Lunar Domain. After Columbina uses her burst, the surrounding area turns into a lunar domain, and everyone gets lunar reaction buffs.
Yep. Meaning, guess what? Knowing that she's bringing up 3 element types to be able to use in her domain, similar to how, the damn Dendro reaction did when it came out, where it brought up 3 elemental types, those being Electro, Hydro, and Pyro. This is essentially what this is. But the difference is it's not a new element that's being released. It's just a mechanic of this one character that's playing around with a new mechanic. Simple. I will say this though, I would have liked the fact that the moon would have been an element in itself, personally. But, it is what it is at this point.
Converts all reactions to lunar reactions. And when her teammates deal lunar reaction damage, she gains gravity. And when she has gravity and it's full, she unleashes a coordinated attack. So yes, she is the rework to all elemental reactions. There you go. But she
doesn't rework, she gives access to... no. That's not even a rework. That's not even the definition of a rework either. Reworks work for individual characters. This is not a rework.
会是月之少女啊。
Combine that with her dog shit animations, guys. This is what kind of product and product quality you're getting. The rework you should be getting your free is being monetized.
This is not a rework that every character needs. First and foremost, let's go ahead and get that out the door, because this is a fucking lie. Not every character in the game needs to rework themselves to be able to use lunar reactions. Let's go ahead and cut that, right? This is not the same as negative status effects not being reworked into every character's kit. This is not the same. Sorry. It just isn't. Lunar reactions are like the negative side effects of Wuwa. It's as simple as that. Shoot, if you want to take it to the next nth degree, you can be like, Super Break. Actually, yeah, this is like complaining about Super Break. Being like, the Super Break mechanic is only tied to Super Break characters who have it built to their kit. Why couldn't Super Break be built into everybody's kit? This is essentially what this argument is right now, and it's stupid.
And it's being monetized with the worst looking kit the space has ever seen.
The space has ever seen. You meant to say your fan base. Let's go ahead and get one thing corrected. This nigga keeps talking like he talks for the entire gacha space. He doesn't. He talks for his own community, who is full of a bunch of cornball children who believes everything he says without fact checking it. He's the same nigga who sat here and pushed the narrative that HP inflation happened in Star Rail because of reroll selectors and not because of the characters. Withering Waves has their own unique little reroll selector when it comes down to their echoes, I believe. Someone mentioned it in my comment section before. Someone correct me if I'm wrong right now. So by all logic, guess what? Withering Waves also had HP inflation because of that too. Right? But he won't make that same argument for Withering Waves though.
Remember guys, this is her kit. Check it out.
This video is so dishonest. It's crazy.
We gotta take a look at that.
You are literally seeing freemium team. Okay, not entire freemium, right? Because this is entirely limited. So this is 1 freemium, 3 limited. But still, these are older units from 2 years to 5 years ago, or 6 years ago at this point, right? Albedo came out in version 1. She came out in version 4. That was a while ago. By all sense of logic, these characters have been, power creeped by his logic. That means they shouldn't be able to be used in this team. But you clearly are seeing them be used in this team because they made Columbina be able to have access to 3 lunar reactions by converting the base reactions for 3 element types into lunar reactions, meaning you can bring old characters to be used. If someone wants to bring Ning Guang to use for this lunar crystallized team, guess what? It's gonna work. If someone wants to bring Tainari to the lunar bloom team, guess what? It's gonna work. So on, so forth. Like, what?
Look at the animations,
因为
bro.
哥伦比亚在队伍中而自由的去展开跟月曜反应
As
有
you
关
can
的
see,
战术
she's
咯。
not on the
是的。
fucking field.
那随着
And
Yeah, because she's not meant to be played on field. I can't believe someone is this nigga who claims to know all about meta is complaining about a character being played off field as she should be played off field. Like, what? This is like complaining about, freaking Shakona being played off field instead of on field, despite the fact she's a legit support unit that's not meant to be played on field. Versus KallaTheYapper, who's meant to be played on field because guess what? She's the DPS. Like, what?
And what she leaves is this. I don't even know if that's Nilo, actually. That might be Nilo. She might actually not have anything. This is.
Yeah, Columbina's little thing for her to signify that her stuff is active is in the air, cornball. I swear this nigga retarded. Hers is right here on the floor, as always. You would notice if you actually played the game, but you don't.
Probably actually just Nilo's animation. And we're accidentally crediting it to this fucking Moon Maiden piece of shit. Yeah, I don't even think that's hers. I think she just has nothing.
It's legitly in the air.
It doesn't even look like she's on the team.
不同的队伍搭配，从而让
I'm sorry, bro. It doesn't even. I didn't even. Did you
This is such a forced reaction. Is crazy, bro. I swear.
even know Columbina was on this team?
新角色的加入啊，我们希望能够给大
Did
家
you even
Bro, it's legitly up in the air.
Did you even know Columbina was on this team?
新角色的加
For
入
a nigga skipping around so much, it's crazy that he doesn't see it.
啊，我们希望能够
Legitly, it's right here. It's in the air. But I guess, being a retard doesn't help, nor does glasses also help the retarded. And before someone would be like, oh, you're referring to the mentally ill. No, I'm not. I'm referring to the retarded of our species, aka niggas like this.
能够给大家
Did you even know
提供更
Columbina
多
was on
尝试
this
的
team?
空间，扩展出不同的队伍搭配，从而让旅行者
No, I have no clue. It's the Raiden-like circle?
提供更多尝试的
Wait.
空间，
Wait, that's her?
扩展出不
No, it's not. Whoever said that is lying. It's in the air.
Wait, that you're telling me that's Columbina?
No,
wait,
it's not. That's Flynn's.
That looks like his hair. This looks like his hair is just long. It literally
Yeah, this is being obtuse on purpose.
it looks like his hair is just extending and making a circle.
同的队伍搭配，从而让旅行者们呢可以获得更多样化的玩法体验。那这也是我们去设计月曜反应
This was also our original aspiration when designing mechanics like Lunar Reaction and Hexarai Single Secret Right. They're just lying again. They said
Based on what?
that their goal was to increase the number to explore different team compositions. If that was true, these would be free. So no, you
That's not a lie. It would be a lie to say no. This nigga is blatantly lying now. This is slander, actually. This nigga is blatantly lying. First and foremost, they said that they created these mechanics because they want to aspire to creating new team compositions related to these mechanics, which they did tell the truth on. It would be a lie if they said that, oh, these mechanics are for free and you don't have to pull for the character. You'll get the character free on your account. That would be a lie because that didn't happen. But we all know they never stated these characters would be for free. When did they say that? When did they say that Flynn's was going to be free? Who said that Nefa was going to be free? Who said Llama and Nefer were going to be free? Last time I checked, they never said that. So no, they didn't lie. You're the one lying and spreading misinformation. No, disinformation and slander.
You're just lying. No, your goal is to lock off the actual features of this game behind limited character banners.
Like we don't see with Toon Break and native status effects and Withering Waves, which you have to pull for those characters in order to fully, have access to that playstyle. Again, this same argument can be made about Withering Waves. Shoot, this argument can be made for every gacha game. Not just Wuwa, not just Genshin. It can be made about Zenless. It can be made about Star Rail. It's like, what are we talking about here? This is not some unique argument to freaking Genshin. What the crap?
Because you did it in Natlan with the exploration. You did it in Nod Cry.
They legitly gave Kachina for free. And they gave, what's her name? I know for free as well. I know works with the moon sign effect, which, mind you, all Nightcrawler characters have access to. The moon sign effect buffs certain elements. And guess what? If you have 2 4-star characters on the team, you've already activated it. Meaning you don't need to pull for any 5-star unit.
Cry with Ascendant Gleam. You're doing it with Hexarai and Durin. And
Hexarise and Durin, a whole bunch of 4-star characters have access to that, and only 4 limited units. One of them is a standard, by the way, which you can get for free for every anniversary event. Whenever a 0.0 update drops, so you're wrong for that.
And now you're doing it again with Columbina and Lunar Reactions a fucking gang because you already did it before. So
this is such a lie. It's crazy.
Why are you guys just lying all the fucking time?
And what's crazy, you claim that they're lying. This is premium projection right here. We all see it, folks. This is premium projection. Bro, you are a liar to the bone. And you're projecting hard that they lied about something that they didn't say was going to be for free.
No,
your goal is to make every actual new feature that should be a reworker free and monetizing it.
Why in the world should Lunar Reactions be reworked into base character kits of different elemental reactions? Why? What sense does that make? When they don't even need it. Huh? That's like saying Night Soul points should have been reworked into every character in the game. That doesn't make no sense. That's like saying the Usia and Numa aspect for Fontaine characters should have been reworked into every character in the game. Just think about that. Does that make sense for any of those characters to have that? To have any of those things across the board? Does it make sense? The answer is no, it doesn't. Shoot, the only character you can argue that has that technically is the Traveler. The Traveler has access to all this stuff. Well, except for Moonsign. I don't know if the Traveler has access to the Moonsign thing. Pretty sure he doesn't.
Because you're the most greedy motherfuckers I've ever seen.
Yep, and Withering Waves is just as greedy.
Gaming.
在实战之中，哥伦比亚的背后
The fucking Activision CEO is considered one of the best CEOs in the world compared to Dwayne. Like, that's how bad it is.
I'm pretty sure Activision ain't something to gas up.
像是一轮清亮的月环。
没错，那是哥伦。
Activision most especially ain't something to gas up, especially considering the fact that one, these niggas were the same ones who had the Transformer games and made them. Or was it Moon Studios? Well, no, Moon Studio had it first, and then Activision took over, and then the Transformer games went to crap after that. And it's like, where are my Transformer games at, bro?
哥伦比亚唤起的引力涟漪，它不仅能够持续造成
I'm sorry, is this just them doing her
机制的
animation?
初衷。
Sorry,
我刚看到啊，
let's
在
watch
实战
this.
之中，
These are
哥
just
伦
her
比亚的
attack
背后
animation.
I gotta speed this up, because at this point, I'm just gonna be repeating points.
像是一轮清亮的月环。
没错，那是哥伦比亚唤起的
No,
引力涟漪。
she actually
它
has
不仅
the
能够
worst kit in the game. These are genuinely the worst animations I have ever seen.
持续
Kit does not equal animations. That's not how that works.
造成水元素范围伤害。更重要的是呢，在附近的角色触发月曜反应。
Wow, wow, this is so fucking bad, bro. This is so bad. I can't even describe how bad this is.
Yeah, this nigga does not know the fact that one, she converts the reaction into lunar reaction. Well, he said it earlier, but like he's thinking as if the way he's talking as if she can perform all these reactions by herself. When no, she can't. She needs to have another character of another element to activate these reactions. If she's in a team by herself, she just can't activate lunar reactions. That's not how this works. She is not Anefa.
Is
造成月曜反应伤。
By the way, for those of you who don't know, Anefa can activate lunar charge by herself without needing to be on the teams with Flins, which is why people are like, yo, you do not need Anefa on the same team as Flins, because she's technically really not his best in slot support unit, honestly, because he can do it by himself.
伤害的时候，还会为这轮涟漪积攒引力值。
bro, I thought that was Columbina. I'm sorry.
Oh, let's read this real quick. Lunar charge reaction deals AoE lunar reaction damage once. Lunar bloom reaction deals multiple instances of lunar bloom damage. Lunar crystallized reaction does AoE lunar crystallized damage.
I actually thought that was Columbina for a second.
并且在攒满之后触发一次强力的协同攻击。
这个我注意到，好像这个协同攻击还有不同的形式。
哎，观察得很仔细嘛。那引力涟漪呢，会依据积攒引力值最多的那种月曜反应类型，造成对应的月曜反应类型伤害。也就是说，只要玩家的配对策略合适，哥伦比亚就可以。
Okay, so she literally just deals whatever type of lunar damage you dealt the most of. Bro, she literally is a walking ever type of lunar damage you dealt the most of. Okay, so
那引力涟漪呢？
Based on the lunar reaction type that has accumulated the most gravity, that must be the gravity ripple. It must also deal the most damage of that one, right? So meaning whoever is doing the most lunar reaction damage is gonna have a pump up of more of it, right?
涟漪呢，会依据积攒引力值最多的那种月曜反应类型，造成对应的月曜反应类型伤害。也就是说，只要玩家的配对策略最多的那种月曜反应，
Let me go back again.
形式啊，
哎，观察得很仔细嘛。那引力涟漪呢，会依据积攒引力值最多的那种月曜反应类型，造成对应的月曜反应类型伤害。也就是说，只要玩家的配对策略合适，哥伦比亚就可以。
Okay, so she literally just deals whatever type of lunar damage you dealt the most of.
Okay, and what's wrong with that? I'm trying to understand. How's that bad?
Bro, she literally is a walking elemental reaction rework. The fact that she's Hydro, I don't even think means anything. She's literally just a walking rework.
She's Hydro because damn near everything in the game reacts to Hydro. Actually, you know what? Every element in the game reacts to Hydro. There is no element in the game that doesn't react to Hydro. Pyro reacts with Hydro. Dendro reacts with Hydro. Electro reacts with what? Hydro. Geo, Hydro. Animo, Hydro. What element am I missing right now? Pyro, oh. Wait. 7 Archons, 7 elements. Animo, Geo, Electro, Dendro, Hydro, Pyro, Cryo. Okay, yeah, she legitimately Hydro reacts with every element in the game. That's why she's Hydro, Cornball. You think they would just make a character who can convert these things into this sub reaction type and not make her Hydro, which is the most reactable element to every element in the game? Tell me you don't know about the game without telling me you don't know about the game.
Rework.
直接造成对应的月曜反应伤害了。
哦，原来如此。
Look at Nahida's animations. I mean, that's the fucking thing, right? It's crazy that Nahida looks more engaging to play. What do you?
Because she's stepping on a damn keyboard, cornball, which is tied to the whole Akasha system, what we learned about in version 3. Yeah, no crap that her animation is gonna look different from Columbina's. Duh, stupid. What? Just because it looked different doesn't mean it looks better. That's not how that works either.
What do you like? How is this character was released like 4 fucking years ago, bro? She was released 4 years ago, like 3 years ago. How does Nahida have better animations?
Better animation based on what? That shows Nahida's personality? Well, guess what? Columbina's animation show her personality too. If that's the argument you want to make, guess what? It applies to both. That's like saying Nouvlet doesn't have any good base animations for his base attacks because it doesn't show his personality, despite the fact it blatantly does.
伤害，也就是说，只要玩家的配对策略合适，哥伦比亚就可以直接造成对应的月曜反应伤害了。
哦，原来如此。
而在哥伦比亚释放元素爆发后，它将会睁开自己的双眼，
maybe
并且将身边的区域
Shirley
短暂变换成月之领域。在月光的辉照下
I'm sorry, bro. This is legit.
Let me read that myself. When the reactions are enhanced inside the lunar dome, makes sense. Have a character who's, based around the lunar reaction to enhance it further, aka be a support unit for lunar reactions. Okay, lunar charge reaction, chance of additional lightning strike with thunderclouds, lunar bloom reaction, When the lunar reaction is triggered, additional veteran dew will be provided, which is objectively a good thing because you need at least 3 stacks of that. Lunar crystallized reaction, chance of additional attack with moon, I can't see it, harmony. AKA it's gonna attack more, basically. Which could essentially be achieved. Well, we know Ino has this when it comes out to her kit, when she's on the same team as a lunar character or a moon sign character from Nagrai, right? She attacked her ultimate attacks rapidly.
Legitimately the worst Loki kit I've ever seen.
所有的同伴都将获得新月的庇佑，提高月曜反应造成的伤害。
Bro, it's like her goal.
How is this the worst kit ever, despite the fact it is legitimately bringing old units into the fold to be able to perform these new reactions, while simultaneously also supporting the new characters who rely on this reaction? How is this bad? You know what this makes Columbina? This damn near makes her a universal support unit. That's what this does. It damn near makes her a universal support unit.
Goal is to like Smokey like not exist, not be seen.
独特的增益效果。
想起之前
This is like even worse than like Shorekeeper. Like it feels like they actually
Worse than Shorekeeper. How?
wanted to make her not even a real character. She doesn't even feel like a real character. I feel like she's designed to almost feel like...
Yeah, she don't feel like a real character because you didn't play the story, so you don't know nothing about her character. So, of course, to you, she feels like a blank slate. Wow, so surprising. I swear, you have to be retarded to be making these takes. I swear. Yeah, let's play this.
Real character. She doesn't even feel like a real character. I feel like she's designed to almost feel like she doesn't exist on your team. She feels like she makes this game a 3-person team.
I mean... yeah, because she's not meant to be played as an off-field DPS. She's a support unit who's supposed to be played off-field. That's like saying, oh, you have to play Fischl off-field, and she's not on-field, therefore she doesn't feel like she's a part of the team. You can't make this up.
She doesn't even feel like a real unit. I'm going to be real with you. The worst character design, or I think her design is okay. The worst kit design and animations I've ever seen in this fucking game before.
Bro, you made this argument before with other characters. At this point, this argument holds no weight.
So low effort, so low budget, so trash to have her like gameplay literally be her spamming the same 3 animations over and over.
Yeah, duh, because it's a what? Slow-paced game that focuses more on elemental reactions. So there's no need to be making 15 to 20 different animations for their combats. That's Withering Wave's job. That's what they're supposed to do, because that's how they marketed their game.
Over. And then her VFX don't even look good on top of it. I'm just gonna be honest, man. This is probably the lowest effort cash grab release I've ever seen from these.
And by far, this is the most low-effort forced reaction I've ever seen you make.
Devs, her kit is like similarly overloaded in what it does. She, again, clearly is just meant to be the entire rework to elemental reactions that we were supposed to get, but now you have...
No, they never said lunar reactions were meant to be a rework. That's a lie. If this is true, you need to provide evidence showing that this is what they said. Because last I checked, they never said that.
Pay for it just like you gotta pay for everything else in this game. So
duh, because we're playing a gacha game, just like Withering Waves. You gotta pay for a character that uses negative status effects. You gotta pay to use a character that uses what? Lunar reactions. You gotta pay to use a character that uses Super Break. You gotta pay to use a character that uses what? Tomb Break. Because they're all what? Gacha games. Oh my god.
So, yeah, there will be people that are going to say this is amazing. Those are the people that are on payroll from Hoyoverse, because I don't...
No proof, by the way.
...think that there's a single person who isn't on contract that can say that this is anything more than a pile of dog shit.
I'm not on contract, and it's good. I like the fact that there's a universal support unit or semi-universal support unit that works for these lunar reactions, so that I don't need to pull for other characters to be able to perform those certain lunar reactions. I can just pull for Columbina and use my 4-star roster team predominantly to then use to do those lunar reactions, because she converts base reactions into lunar reactions. Yay! Which means the predominant characters on your team will be 4-star units with 1 5-star. AKA, it's a freemium team. Woo! We love that.
Shit. Legitimately dog shit. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out.
I've expressed my thoughts multiple times. This nigga is a cornball. Forced reaction. Forced crash out. It is by far the most retarded video I've seen from this man. By far. And it's 2026 now. It's the 4th day of January of 2026. And he posted this. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. This is crazy. This is a terrible video. I'm giving it a dislike, naturally speaking, because it's retarded. It's misinformation. It's slander. It's lies. Everything you can throw at it. That's what this is. Man, oh man. I can't believe people really regard this man as a good content creator. I ain't gonna lie. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Like, sub, turn on notification bell, join my YouTube community Discord. Link is on my channel. Check out my yapping topics and my yapping reaction content as well. Playlists are also available to see on the channel. I stream right here on YouTube. I stream Wuwa, Genshin, Starro, Zoneless, and 2 non-gacha games. Those being Fate, Samurai Remnant, and Gravity Rush Remastered. So come around and see me play these games. What else? Yep, I think that's all I have to say. This is KallaTheYapper signing out. Peace. Oh, also, let me know how you feel about this video in the comment section, which I already know how y'all feel about it, because we already predicted that this nigga was going to make this video. We all predicted it. We all knew he was going to doom post something about this. Anyway, see you later. Peace.